Okay, here I am in the Beethoven C minor piano and violin sonata, Opus 30, number 2, third movement, the scherzo. And I'm going to go right to the trio because I'm well aware that there are coordination things, rather strange and funny ones, sort of tongue twister like, that occur here. So I'm going to... It's mostly where the chords change. And I seem to recall wanting to be a little more aware of the right hand, of the left hand, of looking. Maybe it was the other. No, actually it was the other way. I do have recordings available that I could review that would remind me what it was that I learned before, but really what would be nicer is a recollection either in journal form or from recent reinforcement. It reminds me of the discoveries I make in each practice session. That particular thing. Coming up three, then just up two to the E. So it goes to the E twice. None of this figuration is remotely difficult, but for the fact that it seems to behave in unpredictable fashions, when it twists and turns, when it changes. Just to know that figure. And also to shift third by feel. I'm going to 3 now, to 3 again, 2, 1. This is true of all coordinations, you know, at the piano at least, probably elsewhere as well. Some aspects of it have to be automated well enough to contribute to the larger coordination so that there's a sense of the unified identity. Otherwise, the distraction is too significant. Identity. The question is it worth it? It might be. But it makes the skip a lot bigger and more. I did it. Like it. 3 and 3. Having the fingering define the identity of those little 3-note scale patterns gives a trustworthiness to the gesture. 1. So the only extra thought has to be to shift down that octave to 3 rather than to 5. indicated that, what was it, that some psychologists claimed that a fear of heights was a fear of success or something of that sort. In other words, that you're high up, that you can feel a sense of command, but there's too much responsibility associated with it. Sometimes when we have a victory, in other words, this worked very well, it's scary. There's a sense of, oh good grief, that was so easy, so dependable, so wonderful. How will I ever do that again? Or how can I put the burden on me to have responsibility to make that happen each time? And so we have to outgrow that as well as the fear of failure. I think when you're doing well, it's particularly important to get used to doing well. And something as simple that has always been complicated. It's important to get used to the fact that playing the piano, for example, can be simple. Piano, I'm sorry. A crescendo. Slightly insidious. Luckily, the pattern in the left hand, even though it's in octaves, is the same as it was before. Getting that accurate really requires then concentrating on what's different in the right hand, which is significantly more different than the left hand, which is just changed into octaves. Used to the trance. And I am alone there, so there should be no pressure whatsoever. Yuck. only go to G, shift my right hand, there's no problem whatsoever. It's the anticipation of the E. Admittedly, I made that sound bad.